Alright guys, that's Scrappy again today. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. Scrappy going off on the main stage last night after seemingly Nadeshot has made an executive order that Thieves must change their decision over the latest gentleman's agreement drama. Scrappy then says, okay, it's not on us, it's now on FaZe to change their mind if we want to change the sniper ban that's caused so much drama over these last few days. But despite the fact that many teams now want it in, according to Attach, that is not going to make that much difference. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always, I greatly appreciate it. No triple intro today, maybe. But yeah, as Ziddy says, happy Thanksgiving for yesterday, of course. This was hilarious, by the way, as well. So here's Doug sent to Martin at Thanksgiving dinner. You guys might remember a couple of years ago when Doug used to, well, I think it's in the replies. Yeah, here it is. My first cheeseburger. So yeah, Doug's been a picky eater for the majority of his life, it seems. And well, back in the day, this is kind of a legendary video when Doug ate a cheeseburger for the first time. There's 3.6 million views here on YouTube. And yesterday he decides to drop another one here and he's eating stuffing for the first time. I can't really understand exactly how that's, you know, Doug's made it to this point in life and he's, you know, COD's champion in 2011, Guinness World Record holder in 2024. And yet he's never had stuffing. Apparently he just eats turkey and bread every year, which I thought was kind of remarkable. But yeah, he gives it a go for the first time, and the reaction of Doug and his family here was just hilarious. They were like, no way is, you know, this stuffing ball causing this much reaction. But I thought it was kind of funny. Hopefully all you guys had a good day yesterday, wherever you happened to be around the world. And yeah, his family was laughing at him, to be fair, and Doug eventually gets it down. Toronto, they have a new team for the new season. This is their intro. It goes kind of hard, not going to lie. Toronto, to be fair, they always do things right with the intros and everything. You've got the squirrel in the car here, thought went kind of hard. And I just think Toronto, the way that they do things, I know that these intros, like this has kind of been their trademark intro style over the last couple of years. But I still think that even though as an organization, of course, their money, I wouldn't say it ran out, but they clearly could not afford the contracts that they had. They basically had to get rid of Scrappy. They did. They sold him, they sold Envoy as well. Eventually they did keep Insight and CleanX. They brought on JoeDeceives. They've brought on Beans to round out the roster, obviously. But and look, I like what they're doing. I think, yes, they've not been a perfect organisation since coming into the league. They're in quite a lot of drama, actually, certainly in the Cold War season. But I think everything they do nowadays is the type of organisation that I want to have in COD, especially because they're also running events. Not just one event, but potentially 2 events this year. We're pretty sure that Madrid, the first major, is going to be a Toronto-hosted tournament, an Ultra-hosted tournament. They have Mad Lions as part of their umbrella, a Spanish team. That's kind of why they're doing that. And then Champs is meant to be in Toronto as well. So, great stuff, I thought. This, by the way, is an organisation that maybe will do great things for COD over the coming years. That's Gataga's team. This, though, was kind of funny, right? So Nadeshot joins up here with Kiz, Lynz, Priestahh, and Skyz. I don't know what that team is meant to represent because obviously they've not yet been confirmed as the Los Angeles Guerrillas gentlemates, although unfortunately that is what they're going to be called. So here it is, Scrim, Nadeshot joins up and the boys are like, you know, you coming for content type thing because here we are, not yet announced. Everyone knows the team. I don't really know why it's not been announced yet because I mean, it's a week until the matches are due to start, so at some point they've got to tell us what the team is, you'd think, but obviously everyone knows. You go on the Breaking Point site, we've got the team on there under Guerrillas Mates, or Guerrillas Mate, I don't know, whatever, it is what it is. This was a bit of drama, though, we saw yesterday on the knife. I just wanted to dive into this in a bit more detail because Octane has been pretty anti-GA lately, but he did make the statement that maybe the knife is a bit too OP, and I kind of get the argument that, oh, it's a bit cheese running around with a knife, an easy one-shot melee weapon, right? But I do think that this argument's a bit overblown nowadays compared to what it used to be back in the day. If you played Advanced Warfare, or even like Ghosts, for example, when the knife would like latch onto you, there was a lunge in play. I don't think there's a lunge in this game necessarily. In Ghosts, you could do some crazy things with the knife. And obviously, Advanced Warfare was kind of crazy because you'd punch with your character, but your character was so powerful, obviously, with the exosuits, that it would be a one-shot kill. And even if someone was like jetpacked above you, sometimes you could just punch the air and they die anyway. Obviously, over the last few games, it's now been you punch someone with your gun, and therefore it takes a couple of hits to kill, which has kind of become convention. And I don't mind that, but I do feel like if you deliberately switch to the knife to run around with it, a one-hit kill doesn't seem too OP to me because It's just what COD was always about. But Octane says maybe, you know, as a one-shot bailout mechanic, it's kind of cheesy to do it. So I kind of get the argument, but equally I think, I don't know, the pros have gone soft as far as I'm concerned. Although I will admit, back in the day, getting panic knifed or whatever was very frustrating. So I do understand where the pros are coming from here. Maybe people will just use the bat or something else instead, which is still a one hit, but it has like a slower recovery. So I don't know, the pros will figure out a way to do it. If they made the knife like a 2-hit kill, or, you know, you're just shot punching again, bring back the shot punch, I think, as far as I'm concerned. Now, aBeZy was talking about GAing the snipers, and this is when most of the drama last night went down, because we know that the majority of teams have voted to ban the sniper, although the initial voting, it's meant to be 9-3. If you want to ban something, 9 teams agree, 3 teams disagree, it gets banned. However, in the initial voting, apparently not all the teams were necessarily there to even vote. There were discussions on whether that vote was actually, you know, they hadn't fully got all the pieces of the pie in terms of the information yet, and Clayster was saying that that initial vote actually wasn't a real vote and they need to run it again. And if they ran the vote nowadays, they would not get 9 teams in favour of banning it. And that's when the controversy and the frustration from my side is here, is that, well, apparently a couple of weeks ago, when the snipers were banned, the teams had, you know, agreements that they were going to do it. Nowadays, there isn't any agreement. People have changed their minds, but yet, oh, well, we banned it, so I guess unlucky, it's gone. And that's usually how the GAs work. Once something's gone, bringing it back never really tends to happen. And the pros probably want it to go 9-3 the other way if they're going to make that decision, which doesn't seem particularly reasonable to me. But look, aBeZy says he understands why the fans want to be entertained about it, but of course we have 0 votes in this argument, which I don't think should necessarily be the case. I think there should be some sort of representative that understands that it's important what the fans and the community think. At the end of the day, aBeZy might understand where the fans are coming from, but still his team is going to vote in the best interest of their team. And that's what's frustrating everyone, right? Is that, you know, FaZe may not believe that the sniper is too powerful and therefore needs to be banned. They simply may believe it benefits them if it is banned, because they're probably not going to use it. Simp is excellent with the sniper, but as an SMG player, he's probably going to run around with the sub rather than actually pull out the sniper, and therefore it benefits them getting it out of the game, because then, you know, the likes of a Dashy are not able to use it, aBeZy are not able to use it, for example. So yeah, a couple of clips I wanted to share here before we then talk about Scrappy's reaction.
Hold on, bro. Yo, does anybody want to play ranked with me? Priestahh, I'm looking at you, maybe even Kiz.
Holy, you want your content, huh?
No, this ain't even content, bro. I was literally looking for people to play ranked, but I see you guys got something going on right now.
Yeah, we're spectating scrims.
He doesn't f you like that.
Who the f said that? Who is that?
We're definitely not announced. We're just watching. We're just like being bored. You know what I'm saying?
We're just spectating scrims. We're just seeing what Miami's got cooking.
All right, guys. Good luck.
Thanks, Ned.
You're fake as f, Caesar. Oh, that's gonna piss me off.
I understand the entertainment aspect of it. I understand, but for competitive wise, like playing with it, like as like players, I've never personally been a big fan of playing with snipers, just because I think. Because I never use them, and I think it's like in COD, I feel like they're a little cheese, but I understand the viewer aspect and like wanting it to be entertained.
What's going on?
That's gotta be aBeZy, bro.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Are you? Who the fuck is that?
Hey, boss.
That is definitely MC. Bro.
That's 100%, bro.
Hey, what's going on, boss? Guys.
Hey, G, is that you?
Hey, boss, you haven't been in the server, bro. Where have you been, boss? In the city.
Why do you sound like that?
Hey, boss, what do you think about the GAs, bro? We're trying to get the sniper in, bro. Hey, Big Bruce, wants a sniper in, bro. Hey, wait, I think we have to get it in, bro. I'm good now, boy. Hey, boss, fuck the mafia, man. I'm out of here, bro. Sassy only, bro. Fuck you, man.
Disconnected.
So Scrappy last night drops a big update on this GA drama and says this: Los Angeles Thieves want snipers back in. FaZe does not. Convinced by OpTic Nadeshot. Now, I thought this part was hilarious, right? The fact that Nadeshot, who has obviously was part of OpTic back in the day, and even he describes, you know, NADE with the capitals, right, as Nade used to have it back in the day. But yeah, of course, Nade's been away from OpTic now for a very long time and has been, you know, having his own organization in Thieves for 8 or so years pretty much since he set it up back in 2016, I believe. Something in that ballpark anyway, because they had that team in Black Ops 3, which, well, the less said about that, probably the better, before they then made the comeback a few years later for Black Ops 4. But, yeah, he doesn't call Nadeshot, you know, LAT Nadeshot or CEO Nadeshot or Mr. Shot or whatever they sometimes say. But, no, he says OpTic Nadeshot. Now, I think this is kind of funny, right? His method says you're getting pressed at the Thanksgiving table and you're caving like a stick tent. Right? So, you know, Scrappy has been pretty adamant that, yeah, snipers are too strong, they've got to go. If you got rid of aim assist, then he would apparently let them back in. I'm not so convinced, whatever. That was Scrap's point of view. Ghosty's POV may have been different. There's been a feeling over the last few days, certainly BenJ said this, that given that BenJ was trying to set up this GA committee, he says, look, Ghosty will be down to do it, Scrappy will not be down to do it, certainly not with me. So Scrappy's caved, it seems. Or Nadeshot's just put in the executive order and said, look, because from Nade's POV, he understands the fans, he understands the community, he is a fan, right? Like, he wants to watch the games himself. He's not a player on the roster, and therefore Nade has a different opinion than the players will have, and seemingly Nade has stepped in and said, look guys, I don't care what you think, we are voting for the snipers to come back in, we're changing our vote in the chat. And then Scrap was kind of, maybe Scrap put up a fight, but then Nade was like, look, I pay your salary, so, like, do you want to do it or not? Obviously, we then saw a further back and forth here between Zinni and Scrappy over a couple of different things. I thought this was kind of funny from Zinni, and, yeah, then Scrap says the following in the reply. So, back and forth, as always, between these two. But as Dashy then says, well, he's at least replying to the situation. So, what do we think about this? Because as it stands now, we have more and more teams every day looking to bring the sniper rifle back into play. But, it's not been used, and still apparently the majority of teams are against it being in play, as we'll see Attach mention here in a second. But yeah, Thieves have changed their minds. But then Scrappy, of course, the key part of the tweet really is saying FaZe doesn't. So now he's saying, all right, you guys are attacking me over the last few days, because Scrap was effectively the face of wanting snipers banned with all this GA drama happening. Scrap's now saying, all right, Nadeshot convinced me, or like Nadeshot forced me, I guess, basically, to change my mind, and now it's FaZe who can be the villains. I think that's where Scrappy's directing attention. He's saying, look, all right, OpTic, they want it in, Toronto, whatever they wanted in, Thieves, we now want it in, but FaZe don't, so go after them, you know, start calling out the FaZe boys, and maybe they're going to change their mind as well. So, as I said, bullying works in the competitive COD scene. Nadeshot's bullied Thieves into changing their minds. Whether anything will happen with FaZe, that's another question, but as Attach says, the sniper vote is now 5 for in, 7 for out, which, as I said on paper, should not be enough to get it banned. Like, if 5 to, it's basically split down the middle, isn't it, between teams that wanted in and teams that wanted out. So why is it out, I guess, is the question here. 5 for in, 7 for out, and even if it became 6-6, which it may well do, according to their rules, it's still out because they banned it before, and therefore it's going to take a big vote to overturn it. Clayster was saying, though, that actually he reckons it's the other way around, and that the initial vote didn't count, and therefore it should be back in. It's an absolute mess. It's always an absolute mess. This year more so than ever, I would say. But Cloud9, they want it back in, it seems. I think so. It's probably Cloud9, Thieves, OpTic, Toronto, one more team that wanted in. There's a few teams that maybe Surge, I'm not exactly sure on their opinion. We know that Ravens wanted out. Obviously, FaZe wanted out based on the information that we've seen. So, yeah, very much into your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Couple of entertaining clips as well to close out the video, but hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Take care, and I'll see you next time.
You'd be a shit coach, Trip God. How the f would you know? Trip God, how the f would you know? Trip God, I can literally get you in a call right now, teach you everything about COD, and you'd instantly be a better player. Instantly. So what the f are you talking about? No, you can't. No, you can't. If Scrap coaches me, I'm checked. Not gonna lie. Are you guys fucking... Nah, see? See, this is the perfect... Again, the perfect time to bring this word out. You guys think that I can't get most of you in here, get you in a call, and start teaching you shit, and within 5 hours, you don't think I can teach you something that maybe you'll get better at COD? You guys actually truly don't think that. Because if that's true, I'm getting the fuck off instantly. I swear to God. On God, you can't. I'm getting off. I'm getting off.